Hey, what's up guys, how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw Optimus Prime, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through one stage and maybe fast forward it, and then talk about what I'm doing, and then do the same thing with the rest of the stages. I'm going to be doing the upper body of Optimus. I'm going to do the Optimus from the cartoon. I'm using this mechanical pencil. There's really nothing special about this mechanical pencil. I'm not going to lie. It's a normal mechanical pencil. And I'm also going to be using, one second, this multilinear SP Copic, pen. It's kind of a fountain pen, but it has like this kind of edge to it, if you can see that, really stopped edge. Alrighty, that's all I'm going to be using for this, and let's get started. Right now I'm going to draw in. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I always do. Put in a strong kind of lay-in there. I'm doing this real dark because I'm going to put this piece of paper underneath the other one. Maybe I want him to have like a gun, per se. This is my broad, like just scribbling in there. And I'm going to put it underneath another piece of paper. That one, sorry, that one's a little messed up. Boom, boom. So I have what I want to work with here, and I'm going to actually just start drawing into his face. And I'll speed this, and then I'll talk about what I'm doing. Hey guys, anyways, I'm gonna go over what I'm doing right now. Today, well, I'm going over Optimus's head right now, and right now I'm just penciling in really light. I mean, it's not that light. It's light, but it's a little. And I'm also not being super constructive with it. I'm not putting like the final lines. I'm kind of searching for what exactly I want out of this thing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of blurry and kind of messy. So excuse that. I'm doing this with really thin. I'm really confident with any mechanical pencil because of that reason. I feel like the lines are so thin that I could just move them out of the way. You know what I mean? I change my mind in the middle of it. I don't even really erase hardly. I just kind of like, because I'm gonna go over this with ink. You know what I mean? So that first one was really scratchy and messy. This one, see, this is just kind of a mess right now. Not really. It's not really presentable. That's what you call it. Not presentable at all. So what I want to do with this is I'm gonna actually talk to you what I'm thinking in my head actually as I'm doing this. I don't even have an eraser. Hold on. All I have is a crummy back of a number 2 pencil eraser. Cause I made Optimus's eyes a little bit normal, but now I kind of want him to be angry. I think it just looks cooler. So again, this is just light pencil stuff. I might even think about doing. I might even think about maybe inking his head in. You know what I mean? And then continuing the pencils of the body, which is crazy. That's crazy to do. But I might think about that, make this just kind of a head tutorial, and then I'll move on to kind of continuing it as a body tutorial. So that's what I'm going to do. Right now I'm going to start inking this before I'm even done penciling the rest of the body yet, which is crazy. A couple of things in the head, really fast. Some features that Optimus Prime has is he has this kind of fan on the front of his head. He has you think of it, everything is boxy within Optimus, but he has this almost diamond shape going on in his head, and it's almost like a little exhaust, you know what I mean? Like a little what do you call that? Like little flaps here. You know what I mean? Like you're opening a curtain. You know what I mean? He has that right in the middle of his head, you know, right here. And that's kind of one of those key characteristics he has in almost all of them, including the movie version. So that's something to keep in mind. The other thing I find that he has these boxes on the sides of his mouth. You know what I mean? I'll talk about those more when I'm doing an ink, and also these boxes on the side of his head. And I gotta remember, you know, practice your cubes. You know what I mean? Because the cubes are gonna be really important. You know, because let's have a cube like that, and let's say I want that cube is gonna have like an opening on the side of it, and you're gonna see the back portion of that cube, of that inner cube. You know what I mean? Think of shapes cutting out other shapes, cutting out other shapes, and that's kind of what I think about the shapes on this head. Let me start inking this, and I'm going to fast forward this, and I'll talk to you about what I'm doing. So, like I said, for inking, I'm going to be using this particular multilinear Copic pen, and let me get into it, and like I said, I'll talk to you after what I'm doing, you know. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about what I'm working on and kind of what I'm thinking in my head as I'm doing this. So what first thing I'm doing, obviously, is I'm inking this, and the inking part of it is almost like the cleanup, you know, for me. Uh, when I pull my lines, especially in ink, I'm pulling it, trying to make it at one stroke. And you heard me guys say this before. I try to pull it in one stroke because we're talking about like something that's technical. You know what I mean? This is an organic figure where you kind of feather the edges and stuff like that. It's you know, he's a robot, so try to pull it in one shot if you can. If you can't do that, I would say get a different piece of paper and practice your strokes before you start the you know, something like this. Just pull it straight. You know what I mean? I understand that dexterity is an issue. Dexterity meaning, you know, how you can pull that line straight or not. But don't worry about it. It's really a lot easier than you think it is. It really is. It's just dexterity is, I think, one of the easiest things to grasp. You know, just keep doing it. There's really nothing outside of that. Just keep doing it. It's not like where you have to learn anything in particular. You don't. You know, just keep doing it. I'm pulling out spaces, especially when I do these little fans, like I talked about over there. These little what do you call it? I don't know what's up with my brain today. Screens, these little screens that open up, and I'm kind of filling in the negative space over here so that it looks like they're these little. Somebody help me with a word. What is that word called? Blinds, I guess. You know, so it looks like they're open. I'm filling in the negative space with kind of a black of the ink here. His neck, honestly, goes straight down. I do want to put a little neck on him because I just think it looks better, and that's my personal thing. I personally think he just looks better with a neck. I think he looks really weird without a neck, personally. But I know that's blasphemy. Remember, right now we're doing, just to remind you, I'm drawing Optimus Prime from the cartoon. His head, you know what I mean, right now. In the next video, I'm gonna take this and continue it by putting down on his upper torso, you know what I mean, and kind of penciling that out. I didn't even pencil that part yet. So I want to keep pushing this. Now, remember, these little screens sticking out to the left, right? Remember this box? That's what I think in my head here. Pulling it that way. Supposed to be looking into that kind of cavity in his ear. So having to kind of remember that and remind myself about that too. Real quick, I'm gonna do kind of I'm gonna erase. I got this simple crummy eraser from a pencil, but it works, you know. I'm erasing lines to kind of get the mess out of the way. Give me a clearer look at the picture. I'm going to complete some lines over here. You'll see where stuff's kind of disjointed when you do that, because before it looked like one value, and then all of a sudden you see and you're like, oh, that line's not connected. It should be connected. Pick places where you want to put the weight. Remember, I feel like how dark something is, it kind of has weight to it, because your eye will kind of go there a little bit more, or will show kind of the gravity of the situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to throw a little bit of dark underneath everything, because his head will stick up there. His jaw will be jutting out forward over his, I guess, neck. Anyways, that is part 1 of Optimus Prime. Part 2 is coming up, and thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Like the video if you did like it, and please share it. I'm having a lot of success growing the channel. I feel like it's only gaining steam, and thanks a lot, guys.